Let's get started. Today's guest is Elias Dabbas. He works in digital marketing, helping businesses at various sizes achieve a better online presence and better business results. He is the author and maintainer of Advertools, an open source library for various online marketing tasks in SEO, SEM, text analysis, and social media. He is also the author of the book Interactive Dashboards and Data Apps with Plotly and Dash. Thanks very much for joining, and over to you. Yes.
Thank you very much, and thanks to everyone for joining us. I hope you find this useful. So as Matthias mentioned, we're going to be doing some data science using Python to create SEM campaigns. So let's get started. So the plan here is we're going to do two main things. We're going to generate keywords, and we're going to create ads. And we're going to use two ways to create those ads. One of them is a bottoms-up approach where we construct the ads, and the other one is a bottom-down approach where we have description text and we see how we can split it into meaningful parts. So the approach here is to share with you a few tools that hopefully allow you to be more flexible and powerful in how you create your campaigns. Flexibility and power being the main features here. It's not about how you're supposed to structure your accounts. It's not about guidelines on creating your campaigns. This is something that you know how to do, I'm sure. But these are just tools to get you more productive, hopefully, and make things easier for you. Now, having said that, I hope you disagree with many of the things that I say. I'm here to validate ideas and learn from you, because what I'm going to be sharing is software that I wrote, so we can change it together. It's open source and free. And so if you have ideas, please let me know. We're here to improve things, and I'm sure you have good ideas. So please be a bit critical of what I'm going to say. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen this interface. And I'm sure you look at this number, and if you have 1,000 products and this has 1,400 keywords, you're going to look at 1.4 million keywords to select them. Not fun. So the question is, when do we click this checkbox? When do we select something? What qualifies as a keyword? And I could think of three main things that I usually use. So the first thing is that it's a phrase, and this phrase has to contain the product that you provide. Of course, the product doesn't necessarily need to be a physical product. Could be a service, could be a destination, could be a course, anything that you provide. And it also needs to contain a word. And this word needs to express the intention that you're trying to satisfy. So it could be buy, it could be learn, it could be travel, it could be any of these things. So these are the two main things. And of course, it shouldn't contain any negative keywords. Like if you don't want to contain the word cheap, if you don't sell in certain areas, and so on. But these are the two main things that we will be working with. So let's do a very quick keyword research and do selection. So we said the keyword needs to have the product and needs to have a word. So if I give the keyword planner by laptop, it gave me those suggestions. So these are the products: laptops. MacBook Air is a laptop, but it's not the generic laptop that we mean over here, and so on. You can see which ones contain the product and which ones don't. And also it needs to contain a word. So price means probably someone who's interested in buying. It's a commercial transactional intent keyword. Price, for sale, cheap, also price here, price list, deals, and so on. So we select the ones that contain the word, the product, and the word that expresses the intention that we're trying to satisfy. So in order to create our keywords, we need two things. We need the products. We need a bunch of URLs, landing pages. They could be generic category pages, subcategory pages, or even product pages and their names. And we need a bunch of words that express this intention. Now, the main insight here is that this is very easy. Okay, you know what you sell, you know your landing pages, you know what you have. So getting this list is trivial. It's very easy. It's on the website. You can get it from the client. But the more interesting thing is how many words exist in English or in any other language that express the intention of buying or traveling. How many are there? How many synonyms are there? Like 17, 18, 20? We can put them all together and we can run the combinations between them and the products that we have, and we can generate a good list of keywords that cover a good range of keywords. So hopefully once we do this, we're going to stop doing this. I'm sure you've seen such emails where you say, dear customer, here are the keywords. Customer scrolls down and sees 4,563 keywords. Yes, approved. I read them all. So hopefully we're going to move from this to an email that looks literally like this. Dear customer, here are the words that we researched and brainstormed. So customer, colleague, whoever is working with you on the account, the only thing that we need to analyze and verify is these words. Okay, so you can come back and tell me, no, we don't want the word cheap. Fine, we can change that. Promo, yes. Offers, no. Whatever, like whatever makes sense to you. And this is all we have to worry about, and then we can run the combinations and permutations that we want. So let's see how this works in terms of coding. So we're going to be using Advertools, which is the library that I have. It's open source and free. It's written in Python. And the first function I'm going to introduce is the keyword generate function. It takes these parameters. We'll go through them one by one in detail now, so you can see how things work. So don't worry about them just yet. So if you're not familiar with Python, I mean, it's pretty much like running functions in Excel, which are both inspired by math functions. You see f of x, so you put the function name, open parentheses, and you put parameters, and you get f of x. So f, the function name, could be over here average. So if you want the average of a bunch of numbers, you say f of x, average of x, y, z, whatever numbers. And there are other function types. For example, the random array function. This one produces an array of 4 rows, 5 columns, minimum of 0 and a maximum of 10, and integers true. I want random integers to be. So if you can do this, it should be easy for you to run these in Python. Okay, so the keyword generate function parameters are the following. These are the two most important ones. The products, as I said, is a list of products or services or courses or destinations that you provide and that you sell. Words, that's another parameter. It's a bunch of words that indicate the intention to get what you provide. Now, get could mean buy, could mean learn, could mean, as I said, many different things. Maximum length is how long you want those keywords to be. How many words should your keyword contain at a maximum, which you can determine. Order matters, true or false. So do you want the combination by product only, or do you want the various orderings of that keyword? So by product and product by. Campaign name, you can just rename the campaign, and this is just a very simple convenience, whether you want the ad groups to be capitalized or not. So let's create the first campaign. This is probably the simplest campaign you can ever create. So these are a bunch of other functions that start with KW keyword. They're not that important. The generate function is the most important. So running this function produces this campaign, okay? So as you can see, the result of the function is a campaign. It gets a generic name, which of course you can change. The first thing to notice is that every product that you have goes into its own ad group. Okay, now we have a list of one product, so we have one ad group. We have a bunch of words that signify the intention of buying in this case. And in this very simple case, we just thought of two words, buy and price. And as you can see, each product here gets combined with each one of these words. So you get socks buy and socks price. Because this is for demonstration only, we said only exact match, so you get exact match keywords. Order matter is false, so don't give me the permutations. The maximum length is 2. So as you can see here, every keyword consists of 2 words. As an extra bonus, you also get labels, and these give you the words that are included in this keyword, and this gives you another layer of analysis later on when you have like 300 products or like 50,000 keywords. So you can say, give me the buy words. Are they different from the price words? Is there any difference in terms of volume, click-through rate, engagement, whatever you want to see? If not, then not. So this is the simplest campaign. Let's expand it a little bit. So this is the same function. The only difference is that we said order matters equals true. And so as you can see here, we have socks buy and we have buy socks. We have socks price and we have price socks. So sometimes the order matters in terms of the meaning of the word. Some match types, it matters for them, and in some cases it doesn't. So it's up to you to use these. So let's also see what happens if you want to change the maximum length of the keywords. So this is again the same thing, but I said maximum length equals 3. So the first two keywords are the same, but now we have another one that has 3 words, and it doesn't take just one word combining it with the product. It takes 2 words combining it with the product. So why would you want to do this? If I'm just going to go back to the keywords that we have at the beginning, as you can see here, this keyword contains the word cheap and contains for sale. So cheap laptops would be a keyword on its own. Laptops for sale would be a keyword on its own. But actually, Google told us that one of the top keywords is cheap laptops for sale. Okay. Secondhand is a word, secondhand laptop price. So in many cases, this gives you a more detailed coverage into the long tail of keywords, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to do this or not. Running this again with order matters equals true gives us all the permutations of the keyword. So this keyword, socks buy price, socks price buy socks price, and all the different orderings that are available. Now, notice, of course, that the number of keywords has exploded. We had 3, now we have 10. So if this was 300, this would be 1,000. So I'm not saying you should. I'm just giving you the options of what you could do, and you can exercise this the way you want based on your judgment of what you'd like to do. So then let's say we did some analysis, we did some research, we talked to the client, and we realized that people use other words to express the intention of buying. So we added shop, e-commerce, deals, and best price. We also added 2 new match types, phrase and modified. So when you say modified, you get broad and the plus sign next to each one of the words that you have. We can also change the name of the campaign. It's very simple. Just add a string over here, and we've expanded our campaigns. It takes the same amount of time to create the campaign with 2 keywords that it does with 63 keywords in this case. You just have the bunch of products, as I said at the beginning, which is easy, and the words, which is the main thing that you are looking for, and the other configurations of order and maximum length. Now, this can get really, really ridiculous and crazy. So we got 63 keywords here, the same configuration, but if I just say order matters equals true and maximum length is 5, I get 7,146 keywords. Don't do this. This is really too much, but I just want to show you how big it can go, and so you're careful with what you want. So what I found is, I think length 2 and 3 is ideal. Many times you have those like 4 or 5 products in your account that are really, really big, massive volume, and very deep combinations of keywords. So for those 3-4 products, maybe you want to go with maximum length 4 and order matters true. It's up to you, but I'm just showing you what is possible and how big it can grow. So let's say we also get a call and we learned that we have new products. So the website doesn't only sell socks, we now sell blue socks, black socks, and green socks. So again, it's the same amount of time. We run the function, we hit enter, we get the new configuration. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, every one of these products will have its own ad group. So green socks is a different ad group, socks, black socks, and so on. So now we have an expanded campaign with expanded keywords. Now, maybe you don't want everything to be in one campaign. Let's say you want every product to take its own campaign. So that's very easy. That's trivial, actually. It's a one-liner. You just concatenate something like SEM underscore and concatenate it with the ad group name. So SEM socks, and we have SEM green socks. So each product would be in its own campaign if this is what you want. Another thing that many people like to do is to separate ad groups by match type. That's also very easy. Sorry. So all you have to do is concatenate the ad group name with the match type over here, and you get socks exact, socks phrase, green socks phrase, and green socks exact. Okay. So if we want to take this to the next level and make this a bit more systematic, we can create a starter words database, which I've done already, but it was with Google Translate, so it's not the best thing in the world. So let me just give you a quick overview. There's a link to it in the presentation. You'll get it, and if you want to get access and make any contributions, you are more than welcome to do so. So these are the topics that we have. So let's say I want the topic of jobs. Okay. So if you have a jobs campaign, here are the starting words that you can start with: career, employment, freelance, full-time job, part-time, and so on. And this is translated into many words. So once you get the link, if you're interested, you can participate, you can add, you can improve this, you can add more categories, you can, if you speak a different language, it would be great to get your help. As you can see here, the Greek has not been translated properly. So some words have been translated, but this was just in English. So as I said, it was just done with Google Translate for all the languages, so it's not perfect, but you can use this and you can contribute to it if you want to. Okay, so that's basically it for keywords. We're going to do some ads now, and we're going to look at two approaches, as I mentioned. So this is the website that we have. We have these landing pages. We have a socks page, blue socks, black socks, and we have white, blue dotted socks as well. We can split the URLs for better management. There's a function called URL to df. Df is data frame. No need to get into its details, but what we did here is taken the last directory. The path part of the URL has been split into directory 1, 2, 3, etc. And this one here is the last non-empty directory that we have. And we replace the dashes with a space, and we get something called ad groups. Okay. So this is a new function that we can introduce now. It's called addcreate. It's very simple. Nothing difficult about it. You give it a template. So you say, get the best something today. Okay. And this something over here has to be filled with replacements. And the replacements were set as the ad groups. So as you can see here, get the best socks today, get the best blue socks, black socks, green socks, and so on. Now, this one, white, blue dotted socks, is a bit too long, and it's longer than the maximum length that we specified because, you know, there are different ad formats that have a different maximum length. We said 30, so if it doesn't fit there, it has to take the fallback that we specify, in this case, socks. So get the best socks today. Capitalize equals true is just another option that, you know, gives you the option to capitalize every word in your ad. So this can be used, for example, like this. Here I created a new list called prices, just random prices for our products. Data frame is something that basically a table. The keys over here become column names, and the values become the values of these columns. So the campaign name is this. Add groups, we created this variable, we said string.title, and we have it here in title case. This headline one is exactly this code. So as you can see here, we get the best socks today, get the blue socks today, and so on. The second one, I dynamically inserted the prices. So because I have the prices of each one of these products, I was able to say prices starting at something, and that something gets replaced by prices. Prices is this variable, which is a list. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of prices that are specific to each type of socks. Okay, and this is just some random text that goes into everything. So this gives you the flexibility to mix and match the way you want. You can put it in headline 1, headline 2, description 1, whichever way you want, and you have the maximum length also to play with it. So there's another approach to creating ads, which is a top-down approach. Let's say you have a great description text on the landing page, and usually that's the best text that's been invested in. The company has paid someone to do it. Hopefully it's optimized for search engines, and it contains all the stuff that you want to communicate about the product. Gives you good ideas and helps you a lot with the relevance and your quality score. Because when the ad in your text is available also on the landing page, you know, it creates this matching effect and the quality score goes up. It's also good for users to see the same text that you've promised them and to see it on the landing page. But let's see how this goes. The function is called add from string. So we start with a string. In this case, this is the description, featured non-slip dots on the bottom of the socks, etc. So it works this way. It's very easy. You give it a description text, and then you specify the slots that you want this to be split according to. So we said 30, 30, 30, 90, 90. And what it does over here, as you can see, featured non-slip dots on the, so it stopped here. Now, the 30th character might have been over here somewhere, but it doesn't split exactly at 30. If it sees something that's not a space, it goes back until it finds the first space before the 30th character, and then it starts over from here. Unisex is the last one over here, so maybe it was somewhere here. So you get complete words all the time. So it's split properly for you. The only thing you have to watch out for is sometimes you have a very long text, which gives you a remainder slot, as you can see here. Now this one is empty because there was nothing there. But in the second case, which is the same description text, only in a different configuration. So if you have a different ad format or a different platform, you want to use them on Facebook, on Twitter, somewhere else, you can say, I want these to be split into 25, 60, 125 characters. And as you can see here, there's a remainder that's quite long because it didn't fit there. So you have to manage it manually. And you can capitalize every word that you have over here. So let's do this again with a bigger thing, a more realistic thing. This is literally a copy and paste of this text. This is some random socks page on Amazon. Now, if we run this the way we did here, we're going to get 30, 30, 30, 90, 90, and somewhere here. And then we're going to have like maybe 2,000 characters of great text that is not being utilized. So one way to do this is to run the function twice, to split it like this. So first of all, the maximum length is 270, the sum of these. We can run the function with 270, 270, 270, and so on. And then for each one of these slots, we run the function again. So with a simple for loop, this is just the columns. In basically 3-4 lines of code, we move from this to this. These are perfectly split into the right lengths. Now, this is not perfect and it's not ready to go. Watch out, because the sentences might not be meaningful. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. Let's take a look at this on number 2. You can always enjoy perfect stability. No. that's not a nice ad, but let's read it quickly. Everyone can enjoy. These socks are made with soft fiber for their elasticity and snug fit, embracing your feet like second feet. Performance can also come with extra comfort. Yoga socks easily absorb and evaporate sweat. You can always enjoy perfect stability. sounds good. If I just delete the no over here, it would work. So you can edit this in a minute or two on Excel or something, and it would give you good stuff. This is also a production of 7 different ads that, as you can see, there's something about yoga, there's something about unisex, there's something about slipping. So you communicate many things about this thing, and it's pretty much effortless because you don't have to go through this process. And you can consider also mixing and matching this approach with the first approach. So headline 1, 2, and 3 could be run with addcreate, and then the longer ones can be used with this add from string function. That's it. Thank you very much. I'd like to know what you guys think, and if you have any questions, thoughts. Yes. Yes, we can get the recording and the slides. Yes, I'll share with you a link right now to the notebook that you can see. Labels are a reflection of the words you choose. Yes. So the labels, if you have multiple words, you'll get multiple labels. Like here, best price and e-commerce. Okay, because this keyword, this product was combined with these 2 words, and so you get multiple ones if you do. Okay. Yes, of course, it works for Arabic or any other languages. Is he separately? Well, that's them. Python basics. Yes, I would suggest you take a data science course. Don't learn Python just as a separate program. Get a data science course. You will learn the right amount of Python and the right Python skills to do these things. And yeah, feel free to ask any time if you have any questions or difficulties with this.
I'm going to take the mic, Elias.
Sure.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Who's this, please?
Perry, your Greek friend.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I couldn't miss that one. Quick question. When you have updates in pricing, or how do you, what's your setup in production? Like hourly updating the ads? How?
What do you mean exactly? So how often do you
update first of Merchant Center or no? These are text ads. Sorry, your campaigns. If, for instance, someone adds a product or someone changes the prices or introduce a discount in the middle of the day.
So this is basically, yes, you basically have to pause the previous ads and create new ones with the new prices. So, but again, as like you can save, sure, you can save this somewhere in your notebook, and any changes that come, you can just rerun this and recreate the ads and upload them immediately.
Lovely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Can you select the language for the keyword editor? What do you mean exactly? In which sense are you talking about? Thank you, Yusra. Gabby, would you like to clarify? Thank you, ML. Keywords just for one country. If you're meaning of about the Excel sheet that I shared, you can obviously change this. So this, if you're talking about generating these keywords, so you can create various campaigns. Like if you run this 10 times, one for UK, one for France, one for Japan, whatever, you can run it for various countries, unless something else you had in mind. Thanks, you, Nagashri. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I have one question. Like, who do you
Sure.
follow? Like, when it comes to this Advertools topic and recommended readings? Like, where would you get started?
So there's, take a look at the repo on GitHub if you want. Let me just, I can share it here. There's a bunch of tutorials that I share and some articles. So this is a link to that with many resources. This is the notebook of the code that we went through. So there's a list of people that you can also follow there. Keywords popular in English and French. Yes, you can run this multiple times. One for French, one for English, one for any other language. And each time you run this, you would get a separate campaign. Okay, so all you have to make a change is, well, of course, you have to change the products in a different language, but you already have this.
Elias, very again. I think I'm going to join you on commission only, salesman for Advertools, because you're underselling. I want to say this is a repo. You can build a whole agency on it. The ultimate, most versatile tool you've ever find, and very user-friendly to start your Python journey.
Thank you very much.
You are still top downloaded resource. Yeah. It's open source, but I'm going to sell it. Yeah.
I'll take 5% of the CPC that you charge. Just joking. Just joking. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
The broad match type, you just say broad. So over here, I said modified over here. If you want broad match, you just say broad, and you will just get the whole thing as it is. Does this work for SEO? No. This is mainly for SEM, because with SEM, it doesn't matter if you have 50 keywords that people don't search for or have a low volume. You just put everything out there, and if people search for them, you get the impressions it clicks. If not, then not. With SEO, you want to know the exact thing. So if with iPhone they say buy the iPhone, you want to focus more on this. But again, it's more semantic these days, and not just. But this is specifically for generating keywords for your SEM campaigns. Okay, so I shared the notebook that we have and a list of other articles in the on the repo.
Yeah, I think we should wrap up soon. I think there's still people joining here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap up.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Elias.
Thank you very much.
We will
anyone,
share
if anything is still not clear, you can find me on. We'll share this with you on Twitter, on LinkedIn, anywhere. If you need any help, let me know. And thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for hosting me. The team at Windsor. Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks very much. Have a good rest of your day, and
have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.